Hello. How are we? Hello, team. Here I am. I found myself. Hello, hello, hello. We are up with a Jeff Ed class today. Yes, we are. This class is a Jeff educational class. It's one of our additions that we've added in. It's one of our top ups where we are listening to what all of you amazing members have been asking for. So we heard the last week that you guys were all struggling with your knees, and so we brought in Renee Naylor, and she came and did an awesome knee strengthening little Jeff Ed for us. We're hearing all these little things throughout our community of what you guys are wanting extra over and above what we are already offering. What can we add to make the user journey of our membership even better for you guys? And one of the most amazing things that this platform allows us to do is listen to our members, because we're a community, and then deliver to our members for what they want. So a lot of our members have been asking for a core top-up, a little core 15-minute, 20-minute little extra on just core, why core is important, how we can use our core, how we can turn on our core, going through some different exercises for core work, and that's what we're going to be going through today. Who's with us? Hello, Leslie. Hello, Zita. Hello, Zoe. Hello, Frankie. Hi, Frankie. How are you? So we are going to be going through a 20-minute little core top-up where I am going to speak on the importance of core in the exercise, how your body should be based, so I can spend a little bit more time on your technique, how you should be working with your body, how we should be turning on our abs. It's going to be a really kind of simple core work. I've chosen 15 different exercises that we use most of the time here at Jeff Together when we work with our core, so that when we do them again, you know exactly what technique you need to be using. But not only that, you can then add this little class, this little added extra onto any other class that you've done. So if you are doing a Monday full body HIIT cardio workout and you want to add an extra 20 minutes of core, you can come straight to this little top up. You can scroll to where we begin and you can add extra 20 minutes straight onto your workout. So we are listening and providing to everything that you guys are asking for. Oh yes. I'm not going to spend too much time chatting. I more just want to speak about the core, how the core is important. Core is my absolute, it's my staple diet. If we were to talk about a staple diet in exercise, so chicken is your staple diet in food or whatever it is that is your go-to. For me, my go-to is core. And the reason why it's my go-to is because you actually need to use your core in every single exercise that you do. So in boxing, like today was all boxing, everything was boxing. But when you are boxing, if your core is not turned on, then your technique is not actually right. So everything stems from this in all exercises that you do. Even upper body arm workouts, you have to be turning on your core. So a lot of the time people will say, oh, I've got a sore back. That core exercise hurts my back. It's only hurting your back because you're not activating your core. So we're going to speak today about how we can activate our core in all different types of exercises, why the core is so important for those exercises, and then it also allows you to add it as a little top up to any workout that you're doing. So if we're doing a boxing workout and you want to add an extra 20 minutes, boom, here it is. Who else is with us? Hello, Michelle. Hello, Susan. Hello, Soaps. Hello, Nadine. Hello, Dino. Hello, team. We are going to get straight into it. Before we get into it, I haven't seen our new little membership category. You'll see it over here. Also, I'm using a brand new camera today. We got these new webcams, which have these wide angle screens, and I just think it's amazing. So it's the first time we're using it. So you guys are the lucky chosen ones. But you'll see over here on our membership, oh, it's so confusing. I have to go opposite way. This is better. Look at this. We have been talking so much about our membership the last few days, and you are going to hear it over and over again from us because it's so important. We offer two types of membership within our program. You'll see we have our normal membership, that's 200 Rand to join. Underneath that normal membership, you get your Jeff HIIT, which is with Jono, myself, Durkee. There's 3 or 4 Jeff HIIT classes every single day. Insane. On top of that, We then have our Jeff Run, which are our audio runs that Jono brings in every single week, that if you're joining our membership and you're paying the $200, there we go, you get the audio run sent to you every single week. We have our Jeff Flow. I've been talking about Jeff Flow so much today because I struggle with bad knees. I don't actually struggle with bad knees. The reason why my knees are hurting me is because my glutes and my hamstrings are so tight that it's the reason why my knees are giving me so much trouble. And my physio, the amazing TJ, who's given me all these exercises, has said, Jeff Flow, mobility, recovery, flexibility, join the Jeff Flow classes. They're equally as important as the Jeff HIIT classes because they are for your recovery. So we offer our Jeff Flow. What else is there? Our Jeff Cook with the amazing Coach Adrian every single Wednesday evening. We're bringing in guest chefs as well, so keep a lookout for that. As well as our Jeff Ed, which are classes that are just like this. Extra little top-up classes, educational classes, bringing in high professionals to come and speak to you about different things that we hear you guys speaking about in the community all the time. And then if you want to upgrade from that membership, you can then upgrade to the amazing one-on-one program down below. Now, before we get started on our core top-up today, our core educational class, we are going to show you such an amazing video. We got it today. Roll it, Julian. How cool is that? It's so cool. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Okay, so we are going to go straight into it. We actually are going to do, it's about 22 minutes of core work. I don't know if you're joining me now or you have to catch this up later. Either way, I'm going to be pretending that I've got hundreds of you doing the workout with me. Yes, I am. And this workout is more of an educational workout, but we have to make sure we stick to a structure, we stick to time, so that if you want to add this workout to another exercise routine that you're doing, you've got that structure, you've got your plan, you can just fast forward and you can be right at the workout every single time. Oh yes. So we're going to get going. I've got 15 different exercises for you. We're going to be doing them a minute on, and then we're going to do 30 seconds rest. So a minute on, 30 seconds rest. The reason why I'm giving the extra 30 seconds rest, normally I don't like that much rest, but when we're doing just complete core work, where we're only working the core, and a lot of the times that means the upper body as well, you need to give yourself a little bit extra rest so that your body and muscles can recover, but also it allows me to speak quite a lot on technique. So we are going to start. We're going to do 15 exercises, 1 minute on, 30 seconds rest, and we're going to go through those, and I'm going to speak a lot today about your body position, how your feet need to be flexed, what needs to be happening with your core, sucking down, all technique based. I'll still encourage you to keep going like I always do because it's Seri. I have to encourage. But we're going to get going. Who else is with us? Hello, Roz. Hello, Dom. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Carmen. Hello, Nadine. Oh, yes. All right. So we're going to get started. The first exercise we're going to do is a full sit-up. So sometimes people like to have their feet underneath something for a full sit-up. Personally, I don't really like it because I like to plant my feet heavy on the floor, and I like to have to use my core to pull myself up. Some people that struggle with core, really struggle to sit themselves all the way up and all the way back. What I want us to focus on when we go into our full sit-up is I want us to focus on the decline. A lot of the time, everyone focuses on coming up and then you just flop yourself back down. Whereas if you can control that decline, it works that tummy all the way down instead of just flopping yourself down. So we're going to get going. Clock is on. I'm starting my clock. We're going to go full sit-ups for 1 minute, planting my feet on the ground, nice and close to my bum. You can have your hands behind, sitting all the way up and coming all the way down. Notice how I'm very controlled in my movements. Notice how I'm really focusing when I'm going down. That's the most important part. And I'm going down vertebrae by vertebrae. I'm not just flopping. I don't want to see this. Just flopping down. You're not doing anything for that core. So plant those feet down, suck that tummy down into the ground. You want to suck that tummy down, sitting all the way up, all the way down. You don't need to do these ones fast. There's no gain in this. Sure there is, but if you want to really focus, you want to focus on nice controlled movements, Coming all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. The trick that I have here is that my head always has to go flat against the ground. 3, 2, 1, we're done. 30 seconds rest. We're going to be going into some bicycle abs now. So bicycle abs, you flat on your tummy, hands are behind your head, right? Legs are up, toes flex. The opposite elbow needs to touch the ground. Opposite elbow touch the ground, flexing those toes all the time. The flexed toes make the tummy work harder, funnily enough. Flex those toes towards your face. We're going to go for a minute in 3, 2, 1. Legs up, straight leg. Get that other shoulder down to the ground and up. Other shoulder down to the ground and up. This leg needs to come nice and straight. Flex those toes the entire time. Good. Making sure that elbow's touching the ground. Get that shoulder to touch the ground. That little twist is what's turning on your tummy. If you're just doing this, you're not actually getting the full movement. Touch the ground. Touch the ground. Touch the ground. Flex those toes. Flex those toes. Flex those toes. Good. You can speed it up once you get the movement nice. You can speed it up. Flex those toes towards your face. Touch that opposite elbow and opposite shoulder to the ground. Good. Keep working. Nearly there. 10 seconds to go. Nice. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo! My tummy is burning, I'll tell you that much. Good. We're going into a dead bug. One of my most favorite exercises. Requires a little bit of coordination, which I struggle with. So both legs up in this beautiful position, flexing those toes towards your face, and both hands up. Now we're going opposite foot down, opposite hand. Opposite foot down, opposite hand. Same rule applies with flexing those toes. Going in 3, 2, 1. So arm and foot. Flex that toe of the foot that's going down. Flex it up. Good. Flex that toe up. Every time you flex, oh, it burns, I'm telling you. Flex. Good. Don't have floppy feet. No one likes floppy feet. Good. Flex. You're taking that foot all the way down. I almost like to tap my heel on the ground just to show I've gone all the way down. But you don't need to, as long as you're flexing that toe, arm and leg are extending out. Oh, this one's a burner. I can feel it going. Stay with me, we've got 20 seconds to go. Suck that tummy into the ground. There should be no gap between your tummy and the floor. You should be sucking that tummy down towards the ground. This should not be hurting your back, because you should be sucking that tummy so nicely into the ground. There should be no space underneath your back. Keep going. Good. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh, my tummy's on fire. How are we doing? Oh yes. We're going into a plank. Now planks are the ones that people struggle with the most, because they struggle to keep their body weight on their shoulders. Now a trick with a plank is that you want to have your body weight over your arms. You don't want to have your arms out here like this. You can't support yourself. So, elbows almost in line with your breasts. Palms facing down. We're going up in 3, 2, 1. Coming up, you want body weight over your hands. You don't want to be out like this. I go onto my toes, body weight over my hands, staying nice and firm and flat. All the body weight is on my elbows over here, not out like this. My bum is not up. I'm staying nice and strong. Then you don't want to put your head down. You want to look up and look forwards. Good. Now I'm just leaning over. The big thing here is you want to suck your tummy up. Clench your butt. Good. You want to put the pressure onto your tummy, not necessarily onto your elbows or onto your shoulders. You want to look forwards and you want to breathe. Breathe. Keep breathing, making sure you're staying focused. Squeeze your bum. I'm squeezing my bum right now. I'm sucking my tummy in towards the ceiling. It's burning the tummy. It's not burning the shoulders. That's what you got to do. Suck. Suck that tummy in. 3, 2, 1, rest. Now at the end of that exercise, because I've been sucking my tummy and focusing on it so much, my stomach is burning but my arms weren't shaking. And that's what we want to make sure happens. Now we can do variations of planks. The side plank is one of the harder variations. So, I want you to get your legs with your knees with a bit of a bend. Feet on top of each other, not all the way out, a little bit of a bend. Get that elbow directly in line with your shoulder. Then I want you to pop up, just like that. We want to come up where our hips nice and high. I like to put my arm up because it allows me to open up my chest instead of being slumped over. So you open up that chest, you're focusing on turning on that core by lifting the hip the whole time. You don't want this hip to drop. You want to lift the hip, you want to have an open chest. Notice how my arm is directly underneath my shoulder. I'm not out like this. It's hard to keep yourself out. Arm almost at like a beautiful 90-degree angle, staying up, opening up that chest, lifting up your hip, turning on your tummy, and you just hold. Turn it on. Every time your hip wants to drop, turn on that tummy, lift up even more. Open up, lift up from here, open up that chest, hold it. Nearly there. 10 seconds, hold it. Keep turning it on. Oh, it's burning my tummy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. We're going to go to the other side. So a really good thing to note here is that all your body weight must be underneath your shoulder. How are we doing? We all here. Hello team. So nice to see you. So another little trick. We're going into the other side now. So make sure there's a slight bend in those legs. My legs aren't all the way out here. You can't hold yourself up. Slight bend to start. Get that elbow underneath that shoulder. Beautiful 90-degree angle. Then we're going to pop up in 3, 2, 1. We're popping up. Check yourself. Check that you're in a good position. Your arm isn't in front of you. Now lift up that hip. Focus on lifting up that hip. Open up that chest. Good. Don't let this hip drop. That's the one thing you need to notice. This needs to be open. It needs to be sucked back. Suck that tummy in. Don't allow this hip to drop. Then that starts placing all the pressure on your arm. By lifting up that hip, sucking in that tummy, clenching our buttocks, it's allowing us to hold ourselves up. Now squeeze your tummy. Woo! I'm squeezing. Squeezing. Now with all the body weight over this part of me, I don't even feel it in my feet. Squeeze your tummy. Suck up. Suck up and suck in. Nearly there. Stay with me. Nearly there. 10 seconds. Stay open chest. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Oh, that is a proper burner, let me tell you. The last little, well, we've got 2 more little variations. Yay, awesome. We're going to be going into hip dips. So that's another plank variation. Where you're in your normal plank. So you're in this beautiful normal plank position that we've just gone over. And instead, now we're going to rock our hips from side to side. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. So get into this good position. Body weight over your hands. Turn on your tummy. Suck it up towards the ceiling. Now we want to drop that hip, but we want to keep our upper body nice and still. We don't want to rock the entire upper body. We want to keep it up. We want to keep it still. We want to touch our hip to the ground. Touch our hip to the ground. Staying upper body nice and still. Body weight over the hands. Touching those hips from side to side. Now if this is too hard, just hold the plank position just like this, and you can do small little swivels with your bum. You don't have to touch it all the way, just these little swivels absolutely destroy the abs. But a big one gets that full motion. So you can either do nice big hip dips, or you can do just little swivels. Alright? Whatever works for you. Keep going. Nearly there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Woo! How are we doing? How are we doing? Good. Lots of you are saying we're going to do this later. Awesome. The last variation of a plank that we're going to go through, that I use a lot, is going from a push-up position down into a plank, back up into a push-up. What I want us to focus on now is that you're alternating which arm is pushing up and which arm is going down. You'll see what I mean? So I want you to go into a plank position in 3, 2, 1. In that plank position, hold it. Now you're going to use your left hand to come up into a push-up position and the left arm to come down. Now the right hand comes up. Good. Right arm goes down. Everything needs to stay controlled. Don't plonk slow and controlled. Make sure as well that as you're going up, your hands are coming underneath your breasts. So you're pushing up with those hands underneath your breasts. Your hands aren't going to be out here in front of your face. Underneath those breasts, coming down, going up. Good. Alternate those hands and I'm going up and down. Try and keep your hips as still as possible. Suck in that tummy so that those hips don't sway from side to side. This one is really tricky. It hurts. It burns. Suck in that tummy the entire time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and done. Good. Woo! I'm out of breath. How are we doing? We are done with our plank variations. So we are now going to go to an in and out. The in and outs are things that we use often, where either on a chair or on the floor, we up in this position like this, we go all the way down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. The variations. We're going to start with that one. I'm going to show you the modification. In 3, 2, so modification to start, have your hands down on the floor and go in and out with your feet. Keeping your hands on the floor. And number one is you can put your elbows on the floor and go in and out down to your elbows. Flex those toes towards the face the whole time. Crunch and suck in that tummy. If you feel like you've got this down, you can then move your hands away and you can come down and up, flexing those toes towards your face the entire time. Good. Going down and up, down and up. If that gets tiring and you feel like you need to stop, then I want you to bring your hands back onto the ground, suck in and move. If this is burning your legs, which it will, it's good, but make sure you're activating that core. We're nearly there. 10 seconds to go. Flex those toes towards your face. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo! I'm sweating. Yes, I am. Let me have a quick drink of water. Next one we're doing is we're doing heel taps on our elbows. So this is one that I actually want you on your elbows for. This one really burns. So you're on your elbows, both legs are up, and we're just tapping the heel towards the floor. Other legs coming up. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So just tapping those heels, making sure that you're flexing those toes towards your face, right? The harder it will be is if you go down. You can make it harder by going down. You can also put your hands under your bum for this one and bring those legs up. Now you'll see why I need to do jet flow is because my flexibility is shocking. So I need to do flow because I need to be able to bring my feet straight, my legs straight, all the way up. But you'll see I need a bend in them. Making sure though that you're flexing those toes towards your face the entire time. This one absolutely destroys. And you can modify it. You can either go all the way down, hands out to the side, or that's the hardest, or hands under your bum and just working. Good, nearly there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh, that one is one of my harder ones. How are we doing? We're going to go to little crunches now. Nice, easy little crunches. Sucking that tummy towards the floor. How are we doing, team? Hello. 15 seconds to go. 10 seconds, we're going to crunch. Laying flat on the floor. You can either have your hands behind you. We're going to do both. 3, 2, 1. So hands by our necks. Coming up into little crunches up towards the ceiling. This is option number 1. I really like to do crunches where my hands are up and I can watch them going up towards the ceiling. You can also do a variation to work side obliques and come up higher with one hand, higher with the other. Higher with one hand, higher with the other, or just normal crunches, or you can have your hands by your side and just pulse up. There's different variations for crunches based off of your ability. So keep going, breathe. Every time you come up, you need to exhale. Jeremy says I sound like a horse when I'm exercising because all you hear the whole time is this. Literally every single breath. 3, 2, 1, and out. I can't tell you how important breathing is in order to get through exercising. Breathing is one of the most important things. I need to hear you exhale off of every single exercise. The next one we're going into is push-up variations. So we're going to be in a push-up position now. And we're going to bring our knee to outside elbow, knee to opposite elbow. The big thing with the push-up is that you need to have your hands directly in line underneath your breasts. We're going up in 3, 2, 1. Hands are underneath those breasts. So our hands are not out here. They're underneath our breasts. We're bringing knee to outside elbow, knee to opposite elbow. Other side. Outside elbow, opposite elbow. Now you want to keep the upper body nice and still, nice and straight, focusing on looking up, not looking down. Look forward, outside elbow, opposite elbow. Twist. Outside elbow, twist. I want you to twist with that opposite. Twist in. Good. Outside elbow, opposite elbow. Outside elbow, opposite elbow. This is a burner. Outside elbow, opposite elbow. Suck that tummy up towards the ceiling. Stay straight with your body. Outside elbow, opposite elbow. Outside elbow, opposite elbow. Outside elbow, opposite elbow. Keep going. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Oh, my tummy's on fire. Woo! How are we doing? Good. We only have 3 more exercises to go. The next one is mountain climbers. Everyone knows mountain climbers. The big thing with mountain climbers is that you want to make sure that your push-up position is solid the entire time. So we want to make sure that our hands are underneath our breasts the whole time. Are we ready? And 3, 2, 1, coming up. And then we're bringing the legs in. Now, with a mountain climber, you can do it nice and slow. So you can step it in, step it in. It's actually better to do it slowly. Keep going, don't stop. To do it slowly than to rush it and have bad form. So if I was to have my hands out here and I'm just rushing it, I'm not in good form. Hands underneath those breasts, coming up, nice, stepping in. As you start feeling more confident, you can make it a little bit faster. Then you can go to full speed, noticing how my upper body stays nice and still, nice and straight. If you start feeling fatigued, just bring it down into a step. Nearly there. Good. I need you to breathe. Keep that body weight over those hands. Stay with me, 10 seconds. Nearly there. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Only 2 more exercises to go. We're going to go into Russian twists now. Russian twists are my favorite. Oh, tummy is a rest day. Tanya, you can add this to any workout. That's why we're doing it. Doesn't need to be done today. You can add it to any workout. Russian twists are awesome because you have to twist all the way to the side. I actually try and touch the ground each time. You can also add weights to Russian twists. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Lifting our legs, twisting. This is the first variation of Russian twists. Just like this. Variation number 2 is having straight legs and flexing those toes towards your face. It's much harder. So straight legs, flexing toes, leaning back more, and twisting. The other variation is that you get even lower, but for us, in Jet Together, we're either in this position, twisting, or I ask you to go into this position, which is almost like a V-up, but you're moving those feet towards your face, and you're twisting side to side. You want to make sure, keep going, that with your Russian twists, that you're twisting and looking to the other side. So you're not staying straight and just doing this. You want to look, 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 look. You want a full twist with that Russian. Full twist, sucking in that tummy. Nearly there. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. One more exercise, then you get to ask me any questions that you like. The last one that we're doing is we're going into some flutter kicks. I don't like to do the normal flutters. They actually hurt my back. And I just think, why do an exercise that's hurting your back? So instead, I like to have my hands under my bum, and I like to do crisscrosses. So feet coming up over the side of each foot, and we're just crisscrossing like this. Flex those toes towards your face. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, let's go. I like keeping my hands underneath my bum because I like focusing on not having an arch underneath. I want to suck my stomach and my back towards the floor. I don't want any gap in between. You can also have your hands out to the side. That's an even harder variation. I like to have my hands under my bum, sucking down with my stomach so that there's no gap, no arch in my back. Focusing on that sucking and then moving those legs up and down. Now all I'm focusing on here is sucking my tummy towards the ground. I don't want to arch in that back, so I suck, suck, suck. Get it all the way down. Come on, nearly there. This is our last exercise. Stay with me. 15 seconds to go. Nearly there. Good. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're done. Oh yes. So that's 22 minutes of work. I'm sweating, but that's 22 minutes of work. I'm gonna stop my watch. That's an awesome little 22-minute sweater for me. That's 22 minutes of work. That's just activating core. But not only is it just activating core, we worked our upper body so much with our push-up variations and with our plank variations. Then we work our legs with all of our leg lifts and with our leg crisscrosses. So while we say it's core galore, it's not actually, it's a full body. But we're focusing on switching on the core. So instead of putting fatigue into the back, putting fatigue into the legs, putting fatigue into the arms, we're training our mind to say to our stomach, cool, your arms are supposed to be working, but your stomach is supposed to be taking majority of the load here. Whereas oftentimes we put all the load onto our back and we put all the load onto our arms. So a lot of you will be saying in a plank, my arms are shaking. Yes, your arms are supposed to shake in a plank, but you can actually take away a lot of that fatigue by sucking into the tummy and saying to your mind, mind, switch on my tummy, tummy, switch on, take away some of the load from my arms, which is exactly what happens. Now, obviously, the longer you plank, the more your arms are going to shake. That's just normal. But by telling this tummy all the time, and Jono does so many exercises. He does these ones all the time. Now, that is actually a core exercise. If you switch on the core and you crunch towards that knee every single time, crunching towards that knee, all you're doing is turning on this, which then allows you to do the exercise properly. What? Do we have any questions? Yes, hello Nadine. Does anyone have any questions? Send me any questions you might have about core exercises, any exercises you might struggle with, anything at all. Bikini body, here we come. Exactly right, Leslie. Now what you can do with this workout as well is you can take the workout and you can do it in rounds. So you can cut out some of the time of rest, or you keep the rest time and you do it twice. So you add in the rounds. Now, a core exercise like this, Jeremy always says to me, oh, your core exercises are all the same. Now, there's 100 million different core exercises that you can do, but you want to make sure you're doing the ones that are the most effective, the ones that you are able to actively engage this core. And obviously, we want to also engage different abdominal muscles. We have our upper abdominals, we have our middle, we have our bottom, and then we obviously have our sides. Now, you don't want to just do a workout that's just taking the top. I always struggle as a woman. Where I struggle the most to lose weight is the bottom part of my stomach. This little, what you call like a muffin top, right? That's like my hardest place to lose weight. So I struggle here. So then I want to make sure I'm not just doing core exercises that are building the top part of my core or just my obliques. I want to bring in this bottom part of my core as well. So there's also a method to the madness of what core exercises we're always doing. Is it true that working on your core is the main difficulty? Absolutely. So Alfred, Jeremy, even if you had seen Jeremy when we started, in Core Galore, they were his worst. On Tuesday evenings, he would say, I don't want to do tomorrow's workout. Can't you do it by yourself? Which is so interesting because he's a strong man. He can take the 3 kg weights and I can't. I have to use the cans. But then we would come to a normal, you'll see he really struggles to do this exercise. So this is his hardest one. He struggles to do the in and out, this one. He really battles. And the reason for that is because we don't spend enough time on this core. So we work upper body in the gym and we work our legs. We forget about our core, and then we realize the core is what's tying everything together. So is core one of the hardest things to do? Absolutely. But can you work on it and build and get better? Well, I mean, you should just see Jeremy. I mean, Jeremy is now smashing a core galore workout. There's still lots of exercises. He really struggled this week with the side planks. I said to him today, what exercise should I focus on? He said, tell them about the side planks. Those were so hard. Yay, you're going to incorporate this weekly, Sam. Yay, you love the info on form, a huge help. It's also rather slower with better form. 100% correct, Michelle. I would rather you go slower and do it correctly than try and bust through it and your arms are in front of you. You need to make sure your form is correct. Slow it down. Sometimes control is the best. Control it rather. Control the right muscle groups and you'll work the right muscle groups instead of trying to just dash through it. Best exercises for the pouch at the bottom of the tummy. So actually, I'm going to be putting together a little thing on my Instagram on this. So Michelle Rogers, go and follow me on Instagram, Seri Harris. I'm actually going to be doing some little side ones on the bottom pouch because it's the thing that I struggle with the most. So if you look at my body, everyone's like, oh, your body's amazing and this and that, and cool, that's awesome, and I'm so glad that you guys are saying that. But even as personally, I want to get things that are better about my body, and I always have these tights, right, that are coming up over to my waist. I very rarely wear low tights, and that's because I hate this little muffin top. And even though it's my one, and you guys are all looking at me and being like, no, ridiculous, completely true, it's ridiculous, but I also want to get rid of this little muffin top over here. It's where women especially carry most of their stomach weight. So I'm going to get to that 100%. This will assist me big time. Yes, Kusiwe, well done. What are the best exercises for lower core? So Tanya just spoken about that. We did quite a few of them now, but I know that for women especially and for me, I like to target the lower core the most. So keep a lookout. I'll share that link with you guys as well. Can we select 4 or 5 exercises and do multiple sets? Absolutely, Tanya, absolutely. So for me, sometimes I just do 4 or 5 exercises and I sometimes just do the upper body, the hard ones. So sometimes I'll do a plank, then I'll do a side plank, other side plank, hip dips, and then side plank throughs, and I'll do that 6 times, 6 sets. So you can pick 4 or 5 of those exercises and then roll through those as many times as you want. How often would you recommend to do the top up if doing 5 classes a week? So Sam, it's completely dependent on you. Excuse me. Completely dependent on you and how much you want to work your core. I find that I can do core more often than I can hip classes because the hip classes are very heavy on my body. So if I'm doing a hip class every day, I might add a core top up 3 times a week. So I like to work like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if I'm doing, and I always add extra core, like Jeremy even said the other day, that wasn't in our workout, and I said, yes, I've added it on as extra. So I'll do my hip workout and then have a little rest, and then I'll add on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, an extra 20-minute like core burner. Some people do core every day, add it on, but for me personally, I just add Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but completely up to you. What are the best starting core exercises for building strength, especially if core is your absolute weakest area? So Janine, I would say actually, so one of the things we've spoken about a lot with regards to core is people are saying, should they rather do less and then take more rests and get through the whole workout, or should they take themselves into fatigue? So I would suggest taking yourself into fatigue. So trying all the different exercises, but doing it for as much as you can until you feel like you can't go anymore, and then rest. But the ones that you want to start with if your core is really struggling is you want to start with your crunches. So full sit-ups, if your core is really struggling, are going to be really difficult for you unless you're assisting with your feet under something. So start with your crunches because that won't put any pressure on your back. So crunches are really good. Russian twists are really good because you can also do them with your feet on the floor. So a variation of a Russian twist is instead of doing this, you can have your feet on the floor to start, lean back a little bit, and then you can twist. And then as you start feeling stronger on that, you can lean back a little bit more, and then from there, you can lift the legs. So there's lots of variations that you can do for every single exercise. The plank, the side planks, a lot of people that struggle with side planks, you can start in the push-up position instead. So when I'm doing a side plank that's like this, if you're struggling to hold body weight on that plank, you can then rather come up into a side push-up position. Same exact thing. Hand directly underneath that shoulder, and you're focusing on getting the hips nice and high, sucking in the tummy. I'm doing almost exactly the same thing, but now my body weight is on the hand instead of being on the elbow. So you can modify your ab exercises to suit where you are within your ability. For me, to get my tummy flat is to stop tasting the cake crumbs. Yes, Nonklanga, you are my best. You are my best. Oh my gosh. I drink lots of hot water since it's winter, and I drink plenty, but I still need that six-pack. But let me tell you, Russian twists are the worst. Let me tell you that the core is the hardest one to bring out. So don't fear, it takes time. It takes so much time. But also for women especially, which a lot of us on here are women, and for women especially, where we lose weight, the last bit is always the lower part of our stomachs, and our stomachs in general. So you'll see we'll lose the weight in the centimeters, but then it's about firming up. And that takes time. So I'm telling you guys from experience as well, and from an athlete, anything great, anything amazing, you have to work on it day in and day out, and you have to be patient. So I am saying to you that in order to get the six-pack, or in order to get rid of the flab and to tone it up, to lose the weight is fantastic. So that's your first thing, you lose the weight. You get to your weight goal, but then you want to tone. You want to get toner, you want to get your muscles to start showing. All of that takes time. Just like wanting to get a top job or wanting to get an A on a paper. You know, there's no quick fix to those things. You have to slowly do the work and start at the bottom and build the foundation blocks and then slowly get to that main goal. Your body is exactly the same. There's no quick fix. We have to tie in our nutrition. So we have to bring in nutrition into it. We have to bring in hard work. Now we are providing you with the platform for the hard work. If you're with our one-on-one program, we are providing you with the nutrition. But we can provide you with anything you want. You are the one that has to do the work. You have to lay the foundation. You have to show up day in and day out. So my message to you is to make sure that you're not getting discouraged because you're not seeing results like this. Core especially, core strength especially takes time. In the beginning of the year, I hadn't been working out for ages. I was in a really dark kind of place with my body, with my exercising. I'd been a professional athlete for so many years, and now I was getting kind of back into it, but not from an athlete point of view, just from wanting to like have to do my own workout. My whole life, I've been told where I have to be. You have to be here, and you get told what to do, and you just do it, right? So your body just gets looked out for you because you got someone telling you what to do the whole time, and you're constantly held accountable. I found myself in the beginning of the year accountable only to myself. No one else was going to be able to tell me what to do, just me. So I had to show up. But you should have seen my core when I got back into it. It was I could not do what I just did now for 22 minutes. I had to stop. I couldn't hold my plank for a minute. I had to go back to the foundation, back to the building blocks, and I had to rebuild myself. So stay with it. That's my number one question. Stay with it. Diet secrets for a toned tummy. Michelle, no diet secrets actually at all. I just stick to the formula. So the formula is eating healthily for 5.5 days out of 7. When I do have the 1.5 day treat, I'm not going and camping out at McDonald's. I kind of choose a few cheat meals, if you want to call them that. But generally, we eat really, really healthy in our home. I love chocolate. I mean, I was munching on chocolate earlier. I'm not going to lie to you. I absolutely love chocolate. It's my weakness. But I don't have really any other weaknesses. So we eat really healthy. We have smoothies and protein, and we have salad wraps and chicken wraps. But Jeremy especially is really healthy. So we just try and eat well, eat healthy, but we follow the formula. I follow the one-on-one program formula. So there aren't really secrets to a flat tummy. It's more eating healthy and then bringing in all the exercise and adding these targeted core workouts 3 to 4 times a week, I would say. Elbow inside plank is the worst for me. You could only do 2 this week. The others are much improving. So Renee, same thing. Instead of being on your elbow, you can then move those side planks to on your hand. So I did show it just now, but instead of being on your elbow, you can do those side planks on the hand, lifting up, opening up that chest, sucking in, and you can try by staying on that elbow, and then when you feel like I can't do anything more, come down, shift back up to the hand, and then finish your set that way. And then each time try and go longer and longer on that elbow. What are the best exercises to do if I want to protect my neck, i.e. sit-ups? So then if you've got neck issues, I wouldn't suggest ever doing full sit-ups. I would suggest doing crunches. So instead of doing a full sit-up, I would just do a crunch where you're just lifting up. Protect that neck by holding the arms, and don't do anything that's forcing your whole body to come up and to go down. Quite a lot of the exercises that we did today didn't require any strain on the neck. The only one that really had strain on the neck was the ones where you're doing full sit-ups. The rest of them, you should be absolutely fine with your neck as long as you're turning on your tummy. But I don't really like doing a lot of the neck exercises. The only one is really the full sit-up. Any advice for a runner with tight glutes and ski? Yes, Lindsay. Lindsay, the first thing that I'm going to tell you is for you to go back to last week's Jeff Ed class with Renee Naylor and go and watch it on the knee problems, because I said it in the beginning, I struggle with knee issues, but my amazing physio has said that it's not actually knee issues, it's actually glute issues. So running is a big part of that. The glutes are big, and I actually have this thing. Where is it? It's my saving grace. So it's a trigger ball. It looks like this. Let me bring it all the way in. I don't know if you can see it. It's this specific trigger ball that Cody's eaten. But Renee speaks about these trigger balls or foam rollers. But even with me and my knees, I use this trigger ball all the time. And it's something that's always in my house because I struggle with my knees. But if I trigger out my glutes, so literally, let me give you a little bit of advice here. I bring this ball over here. I put it literally on my glutes and it pains. I nearly cry every time. I put it on there and then I roll it. Oh my gosh. I roll it to all my sore points and then I hold it there until I feel a release. Oh my gosh. I need to do this today actually. I do the same thing along my ITB bands with this little ball. And this really releases your glutes. But also you need to go and watch Renee's workout because she speaks a lot about strengthening exercises. So another thing that I use for a lot of my strengthening exercises is actually, you won't be able to see it, but I have one of these big balls, those big nice medicine balls that I can sit on. I do a lot of my exercises on that for my knees. So yes, I've seen many small changes around my core. I agree that it takes consistency and time. 100% Alfred, it's all about consistency and time. Making sure you're adding these little top-ups every single day or 3 times a week, even twice a week to start. Adding them onto your workouts or making them a little standalone and getting in that time where you're focusing on that core and then listening to the instructions of, okay, suck in that tummy, flex those toes. There's a whole bunch of little minor adjustments you can make to your body that can really help you with the movements. I think that's all the questions. I managed to get through them all. But I'm so glad you guys came and joined me. I'm glad I got an extra little 22 minutes of core in. It was my core for the day, which is fantastic. But if you guys have any other questions, just comment down below, tag me. I am going to be working on a lower abs lower abs workout as well, where we can focus on this little muffin top area. But core is one of my most favorite topics of exercise because I feel like so many people focus on it the least, where it actually ties everything in together. And oftentimes someone will say, oh, I wish we could do core, but actually in a boxing workout like we had today, when I do those workouts like I did this morning, my core is burning afterwards because every little core exercise, every single exercise is core. So if I'm doing uppercuts, I'm firstly turning on this, boom, turning on that, then I'm uppercutting. If I'm doing forward punching, first, boom, turning on that. And I actually tell myself, cool, tummy on, right, now let's punch. So that I'm punching from my arms, but my tummy is working on every single punch. So focus on every exercise, turning on that tummy. With these repeaters, focus, turn in that tummy, clench this tummy at all times. It's hard because you're focusing on other movements as well. But the more you can turn this on, the more it's going to change your life. But I'm so glad you guys joined me. I hope you enjoyed this little Jeff Ed. I love these things. And if you have any other questions, you can either write them down in the comments below. I'll go and answer them, or you can send me a DM. But I'm sending you guys so much love, so much positivity. Join in on Jeff Flow. I'm telling you, it's so important. It's important for your recovery. If you're struggling, especially with glutes, hamstrings, knees, stiffness, join in. That's why we added it. Kathleen is insanely amazing. and all of your classes are getting, I know Nontlanga is doing the Nontlanga tell us how amazing the flow classes are. They open up your entire body, they make you feel it feels like you've been in a spa. But not only that, it's releasing muscle tension from all the jumping and all the HIIT classes that we're doing. It's releasing it, and it's allowing your body to actually recover. It's allowing you to work on your flexibility, which a lot of time is why we have glute and knee issues. But honestly, you've got to do the flow classes. It doesn't matter if you've never done yoga in your life. It's very, very specific to recovery for what we are working on. So join in, please. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to see you at 5:30 with Kathleen for flow. And then tomorrow morning, I'm back for Friday Fun Day. You have to invite a friend, please. I want to know who you're inviting. And friends, don't let friends do a Friday workout alone. No, they don't. But we're going to end off. We're going to play our amazing video again. And then I will see you guys tomorrow. Toodles. Goodbye.